You are Locked On Astros Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Houston on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that's how you like it when it comes to Astros baseball. Nice, easy, casual, bouncing right back from a difficult loss on Friday night to a very comfortable win on Saturday night. And boy, oh boy, it gets even better because the lead in the American League West continues to grow for the Astros thanks to the win and the Mariners losing earlier today. We got a lot to get into on this edition of the Locked On Astros Postcast. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am your host, of course, Michael Connor. Appreciate you guys for sticking with me as you always do, watching these videos, watching them live or later on. You should, of course, subscribe to this page, the Locked On Sports Houston page. If you haven't done that yet, please do. And then if you're watching this later on, please hit that subscribe button. You can find this show anywhere that you get your podcast. Go search for Locked On Astros. You'll find this and the Locked On Astros show as well. Brett and Eric doing a fantastic job. 2 shows for the price of 1, which is both 0 free anywhere that you get your podcast. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Astros Postcast is brought to you by PrizePicks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use code all lowercase LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. So, the good tonight was basically everything. Now, could they have probably scored more runs in this baseball game? Sure. I mean, look at it tonight. The Astros left a total of 9 men on base. They were 4 for 15 with runners in scoring position. But you know what? Yeah, you want it to be better. I'm not harping on it. You know why? Because they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the lineup have multi-hit nights, and they won the baseball game 6-1. They got back to 10 games over 500. They've now won 9 out of their last 10 baseball games, and they did it all tonight by taking care of all the important facets of the game. You know, you fall behind early. Chris Flexen with his below average velocity that he pitches with. I think if there's been one thing with the Astros throughout the years, and I don't know if you guys have picked up on it. I know that I've talked about it for years on the radio. If there's one thing that the Astros have always struggled with throughout the years has been guys that don't blow huge gas out there on the mound. You know, this team has always hit velocity very well. Really, since this run has started, that's how they've been. And it's been different. I mean, clearly, there's different versions of this team every year. And the characters have changed quite a bit as the years have moved along. And tonight, you know, it was another one of those nights where they go out there and they face a guy that doesn't throw all that hard. And I think you saw a little bit of the struggle early. I mean, they didn't put up, did they even get a hit in the first, 2 or 3 innings, whatever it was? Hold on. Let me look. I'm looking at the box score right now. They got their first runs in the third. So the first couple innings, they didn't do anything. And then they you know what tonight was? Tonight was a taking care of your business game when it's right there. You know, this is a team that you are way, way, way more talented than. Everybody knows it. Guess what? Every team in the league is more talented than this White Sox team. They might have a couple players here or there, Crochet, Luis Robert. But other than that, they don't have much. They're fielding a lot of AAA kind of talent, maybe. I can't forget Vaughn over at first base. He's been a guy in the past that's been pretty good. You know, Benintendi in left field, he used to be something, but that was a complete overpay on their part. But these are the games where you simply have to go out there and take care of your business. And when the other team gives you opportunities, take advantage of them. And they had those all night long. I mean, look, whether it's the ball kicking away and Altuve taking second base to get the extra bag, or Chris Flexen not looking at Altuve and he just takes off and steals third base with no throw, no nothing. The small little things. It's what makes the difference in good teams and bad teams. And tonight, the Astros did all those things. last night they didn't it wasn't that on Friday night they didn't do those things. They just didn't play great. They just had a blah night. And their starter gave up a few more runs than, you wanted to give up. But tonight they do all those little things that you have to do in these games when you're playing teams that are way less talented than you and you should honestly just smoke through. They did that. And hey, what a good day for the city of Houston, by the way. I know that we didn't, if you guys missed it last night, this channel is not just Astros, Rockets, Texans, Cougs as well. We did not do Texans today. I had a family obligation that we were at today, which we just actually got back from. We've been sitting at a restaurant wrapping up the day watching the Astros game tonight, which was great. But we didn't do Texans today, but the Texans win their preseason game. They get a couple picks early on against Daniel Jones today. Stingley, Petrie taking one to the house. C.J. Stroud looks good. John Mechie looks good. I mean, come on, sign me up. And then we cap it off with an Astros easy, comfortable win, taking care of their business like they should. We will also talk about, of course, Hunter Brown doing his thing. Oh, and I do need to mention him. Shea Whitcomb with his debut tonight. Good to see him go out there and first at bat, smoke one off the wall for a double. Did pick up another hit and also got on base with a walk. That matters a lot. We've seen DeZenzo now. He's struggled a little bit lately. He got off to a good start as well. We'll see how these guys handle it moving forward. But, I mean, look, Whitcomb has had such a great year at the minor league level that it was time to reward him. And if they can fall into something, because, look, still the Astros are searching for the bottom of the lineup to do something. The bottom of the lineup needed to figure it out. It needs to figure it out to be. And it's not that they need to go out there and be boppers and lead the way. They just need to get on base some. And they need to, of course, move runners along, whatever it might be, to set the top of the order up to go and do their thing. Tonight, it was balanced. It was all throughout the lineup. As I mentioned, you had 2 hits out of your 1, 2, 3 hitters. You also had 2 hits out of your, I'm doing this on the top of my head, 5, 6, 7, and 8 hitters as well. That's good. That's balance. That's the kind of stuff that this team needs to have a more well-rounded offense. And if Whitcomb can come up here and find something at the big league level and be something, that'd be great. And it sounds like we're creeping closer to the day that Kyle Tucker returns to this baseball team. If you missed that news before the game today, took batting practice. First time he's taken batting practice. So that is something to continue to watch. Something that's probably good for this baseball team, of course. To get him back out there, they need him and lengthen this lineup even more. Make them more dangerous towards the bottom of this lineup as well. Because that stuff does matter to this baseball team. What also matters to this baseball team is that Hunter Brown has gone out there and done his thing all season long after a very rough start. Did it again today. We'll talk about Hunter Brown in a brief moment right here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Told you guys about it yesterday before the game. I was out, mowing my yard in the crazy hot heat that we've got going on. It is brutal. And you know what? When it's crazy hot, you got to get out there and you got to keep yourself hydrated. I actually had a couple this morning as well. We were getting in the car earlier, and I grabbed my wife had the bag of liquid IV right there in the car, and I grabbed my peach, sugar-free, popped it in the bottle, got a little rehydrated because I was out on the driveway all morning. We were replacing the brakes on the car and then doing a couple other things on the car. And you know what? I sweat a lot when I'm out there. And I got a workout in before that. So I really needed to get my hydration levels back up. I'm a man that believes in hydration. And Liquid IV helps me get those electrolytes, get those nutrients back into my body that I need them when I go out and I sweat like a crazy person, because that is just what I do. Tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates you better than water alone. No more thirsty summers when you indulge in hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code MLB at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code MLB at liquidiv.com. Locked on Astros Postcast on a Saturday night. Thanks for taking time out of your Saturday night. Look, I know you guys could be out doing whatever you want to do on a Saturday night. I know that there's a UFC fight tonight as we do this show live and other things going on. So whatever you're doing, have fun, be safe. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button if you are new to this channel tonight. Join us when we do these games. Tomorrow, we'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Day game, 1:10 first pitch to wrap up this series. If you would like to listen to this show at any point on your phone and not do the whole YouTube thing, you can search for it by going and looking for Locked On Astros, anywhere that you get your podcast. And as I mentioned earlier, you get two shows. You have this show, which is the postcast. We do these after the games. Then you also get the Locked On Astros podcast. Eric and Brett, they are doing a great job for you guys 5 days a week. Seriously, go check out their content, check out their channel, hit subscribe on their channel as well. You will thank me later because guess what? You'll have double the Astros coverage every single day. Who does not love double the Astros coverage? It's always great. By the way, for those of you in the comments tonight, I do have the comments up. We got our normal question in for the night, asking where the mascot of the show is. And again, if you're new to the channel and you have not been around, thank you for joining us. This show has a mascot, and the Astros have really taken off since we had the show mascot come around. But her name is Coco, the Chihuahua. I will send a text right now to my wife, who is on the couch with Coco, and I will see if Coco can make an appearance. I'm going to type this out with you guys. I'm going to say, the people on YouTube are demanding to see Coco right now. Please bring her. There you go. You guys, it is in motion to get Coco in here for her appearance. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we need to get Coco involved. I see you guys making some comments about Chas McCormick. Yeah, Chas McCormick has been he's just lost in the sauce, period. Which he's not saying he's actually drunk. He's not lost in the sauce. He's just lost he's swimming in a swing. That's as simple as that. Hunter Brown, though, continues to do his thing for the Astros. And don't worry, in a few minutes, we're going to talk about this AL West going on. It is going to be interesting to see what happens for the Astros moving forward in this American League West, because the American League West is, starting to run away with it a little bit. And part of the reason why you can do that is because Hunter Brown has gone out there and done his thing, continues to just absolutely dazzle. I'm telling you, when I think back to the start of this season, I was so down in the dumps, like I was on this team in general, but I was so down in the dumps on where this team was based on, and oh my goodness, guys, we have a very special visitor to the show right now. Don't go far. I'm going to give it right back to you. Coco is in the building. Here she is, the team mascot, the show mascot. She is clothed tonight. She is on the channel. And, I can tell you this. She's very warm because she was in a blanket and sleeping. But she's excited that the Astros won tonight. I promise you that. She's very, very happy that they got a win. So that's for all of you that ask where Coco is. She's going to say bye now. She's going to go back to her blanket. Thank you very much. Oh, she's tied up in the cord. There goes Coco. So she made an appearance again on YouTube, and we're grateful that you guys love Coco as much as we love you. And yeah, she's not barking tonight. But Hunter Brown really figured it out. We all know that he changed his repertoire and everything, and he went out there and yes, Coco, by the way, does need an Astros uniform. I agree. We got to get her one. I don't buy her clothes. I don't dress her, but I'll make sure that happens. Changing up the repertoire, though, for Hunter Brown was a big deal. And starting to use the two-seamer in, of course, always using his hammer of a curveball that he does have. But I think more than anything, I think he just kind of changed his level of aggression with the way that he pitches. I just felt like, he was a young guy. He's still a young guy, but like he always gave that young guy look, that young guy feel on the mound, where maybe you just kind of get down on yourself and you lack, I don't know, some of the confidence that you need to have when you go out there and you pitch. That bulldog, that edge mentality that you have to have as a dude that's, blowing 97 by you all the time and just kicking butt and taking names every single day. Like his idol, that edge that Verlander has always pitched with, you have to find that. And that's not easy. That's not an easy thing to find. Like, I can't even quantify how you find it. You can't either, because you and I don't play Major League Baseball. We've played baseball in our lives. Sure. I played baseball for years and years and years and wasted so much time playing the game that we all love. But even I can't, I can't tell you exactly, what it is that you have to find within you. It's a personal experience and something that's different for everybody. But I just feel like more than anything, the stuff matters. The way that they attack hitters now absolutely matters. But I just feel like he turned a corner in terms of his attention to the detail and his edge, maybe, and just going out there and pitching with a confidence that maybe wasn't there before. And it's easy to do that. Look, when you're going great and he's going great, everything's moving right, you're gonna be confident. And I think an encouraging thing when you go back and look on it, he had a bump in the road in the middle of this. He had a really bad start that he still found a way to go deep in. And I said that night, that found a level of maturity to me for Hunter Brown of his next step as a big league pitcher. And, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Right now, the Astros are well on their way to winning the American League West again, going back to the postseason. Now it's up to trying to find a way to have to avoid playing in that wild card round, ending up with one of the two best records for the division winners in the American League would be ideal. It's not going to be easy. It's probably not likely. The Guardians are 72-51. The Yankees are 73-51. The Astros are 66-56. I'm not going to say that's an impossible gap to make up, though, still. You know why? Because we just saw them overcome a massive division deficit. And we'll actually talk about that. The tweets that were put out a few minutes ago from the guys that cover the team on a daily basis, Chandler Rome and Brian McTaggart, both pointed to that a few minutes ago when they put out their, post-win tweets for the Astros. So let's get to that. Let's talk about this American League West. Let's just be honest with it. This is the beginning, right? This feels like the beginning of where the Astros start to run away from the one competition that they have left in the division. Everything is lining up that way. They're playing great baseball. The Mariners are falling apart. This is your opportunity now to go out there and maybe secure this division to an extent in late August and have maybe it's not going to be a completely stress-free September, but a September that's not going to just bug you out as much as the Houston Astros fan. We'll talk about that in a brief second right here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Let me tell you right now about PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America with over 5 million active members. It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike other apps on PrizePicks, it's just you against the numbers. You can win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10,000 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, PrizePicks has you covered every week, from lowering select player stat projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on PrizePicks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Locked On Astros Postcast continues here on a Friday night. Not a Friday night. It's a Saturday night. I just said this earlier. Thanks for stopping by. I'm your host, Michael Connor. If you're new to our channel tonight, if you're just finding us for the first time, please, please, please hit that subscribe button so you can come back. And I hope that we give you a good time. If you missed it, you're going to have to go back and watch it. Our show Mascot just made an appearance a few moments ago. Coco was in the building for a brief second. She stopped by because I'm a man of the people. And if you guys request Coco to come by, guess what? We're going to bring Coco on by. Go and search for this show, this podcast, anywhere that you get your podcast by searching for Locked On Astros. You get this show and the Locked On Astros show as well. So let's talk now about the AL West. The Mariners lost again today. They fell to the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that team, the Mariners, is in a downward spiral, right? They are playing very poorly all of a sudden while the Astros are playing unbelievable baseball. Now, there's no guarantee that the Astros still win this division, correct? Correct. I get that. They could easily get hot and go off, and the Astros go ice cold like they have. I'm going to go ahead and say it's not likely. When you just go look at all of the teams that are currently postseason teams, the Mariners they would be the worst team in terms of runs scored this season. It's the same story it's been for them. They are not a good offensive team, and their pitching lately has not been as great as well. And look what happens. The division's not done. The lead is 4 games. I know because of the tiebreaker that the Mariners have and, whatever. But this feels like the beginning of the end. And think about this. The Astros taking this 4-game lead with 40 games left now in the season. Golly. We only got 40 more guaranteed Astros games between you and I and everybody else is watching. Plus at least 3 more. So you're going to have at least 43 more of these games. 42 guaranteed. I'm banking on a few more than that. But again, 40 games left. They have a 4-game lead. On June the 18th, today's August the 17th. On June 18th, this team trailed the Mariners in the division by 10 games. 10. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable that they were able to flip it so fast. It also speaks a lot to what the Mariners are. To use the language that the kids in this house always use, the Mariners are mid. Mid. That's what the Mariners are. They give off that negative aura, and they have no riz. Where the Astros are nothing but positive aura and all the riz in the world. My nephews and my wife are going to just dog the crap out of me here in a couple of seconds that I just said all that. I only did that because they do it. They literally use those phrases in my house like all the time. And I just love to go back at them and just completely make fun of them because I don't understand any of their language. I'm the old man at this point. I get it. I hear them and they're laughing. They're probably watching this right now, laughing at me because you guys might be making fun of me in the comments. I haven't looked at them for saying those things. But that's where the Astros are at. They got all the riz. Nobody else does. Not in this division. They're rolling. And I think that, you get back to what Seattle is and what Seattle has been, which is a franchise of failure. They haven't done anything. Ever. Been in the playoffs one time since 2001. One. They advanced through a wild card round and got swept in the ALDS by the Astros. They've accomplished nothing at all. And I don't think that that's changing anytime soon. Schedule-wise for these two teams, they will meet up again before this season ends. And really, when that happens, that will be that's towards the end of the season. That is the last home series for the Astros in 2024. 23rd of September through the 24th But again, I'm not going to sit here and get overconfident and too cocky about it. The Astros still have to, one, perform, but two, they are going through this grueling portion of the schedule that is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Where they're playing 18 days in a row. They're going to a 6-man rotation. They're going to be tested. And during this stretch as well, they're playing these White Sox, the Red Sox, the Orioles, the Phillies, the Royals, and then the Reds for a game before they get a day off. That early portion of September right now looks pretty nice for the Astros. Honestly, the whole month of September, outside of the Cleveland series and the Diamondback series, because they've been red hot, their September schedule on paper looks nice. They're winning this division. I am the man that earlier this year sat here and looked at this camera and said, they are not winning the AL West. They're not going to the postseason. And I, for the 15th or 20th time, will look at you and say, when they were doing that, and I said those things, I was wrong. Stupid me. How dumb can you be to doubt this team? Simple as that. They'll do this again tomorrow. They'll look for the win in the rubber match of this 3-game series. 1:10 first pitch, Fromber up against Kai Busch. We'll do this show, of course, after the game wraps up at around 4 o'clock, I would guess. Real quick, I was going to go through the comments to see if you guys made fun of me for using all the slang terms that they use. Where are my comment section here? Did you guys make fun of me? Please tell me you made fun of me. No, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? I'm having fun here, guys. How old I am? Too old? I'm about to be in my mid-30s. I'll be 34 soon. So, yeah, I'm old. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here that you guys said. Oh, yeah. I don't know what that means, but sure. How about razzle dazzle? Let's go with that. Or there you go. You guys really use the slang more than I do. So thank you for indulging my having fun with it. As simple as that. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Thank you, of course, for joining the channel. Please, this real quick on the comments as we're getting ready to say goodbye. David, in the comments, you have to be at least 58, right? I'm guessing 58. I don't know how old David is. Thank you guys again. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. For some reason, I keep thinking it's Friday night. Let's do this again tomorrow. Oh, I just have to say it on the internet because I'm not on the radio anymore. Go Chelsea. They play tomorrow morning against Man City. We're taking down Man City to start the season off right in the Premier League. Probably not happening. I got my lanyard back here. Go Chelsea, go. But go Astros, go. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the Locked On Astros Postcast. If I hit the right button. Maybe. We'll think about it.